Well, we're ready to resume talks at any time, and we have been all week, every day, contrary to what you may have been hearing. So I don't know when we'll begin to talk again, but the invitation is open, and we're ready to keep moving and going forward on a good settlement. What we mean is that the marketplace and our competitors and the entire industry has changed. We have rules from decades ago, and we want to amend some of those rules so that we can be more competitive. And we have to make sure that our employees, and more importantly, the union leadership knows we're trying to grow this business, but we need to grow it in a way that we are competitive. And that's our key point, that this industry, and every American knows that this industry in telecommunications has changed dramatically, and we need to stay current with those changes and be nimble and be competitive. We do share billions of profits with all our workers. If you think about the total compensation and benefit package of our typical technicians in the East Coast, it's about $150,000 a year. I think most Americans would agree that that's a very generous package. In fact, our last offer, when between wages and health care benefits, the total economic value of that offer is better than the economics of what we settled and agreed to 4 years ago. So we're actually continuing to, we're very proud of the fact that all of our employees are well compensated and that we provide great jobs. I don't know the specifics on what the capping would do, but again, I think about the value that does exist. A 30-year pension. We've proposed increases to the pension bands, and we've proposed maintaining a 401k with a very lucrative contribution. So while the unions may be arguing that again, is a takeaway, I think if you compare that benefit to, again, anywhere across America, that's an unbelievable package for security and pension benefits for our employees. We have a setup today where we have the majority of our calls handled for Verizon employees for different peaks and valleys. We're talking about rules of engagement and a balance between Verizon and vendors that we use that exist today. So we don't have any plans to have this massive exodus of moving jobs across overseas. You've heard from people saying we're trying to move people and move jobs. Let me give you a little bit different example. Today, we have rules that go back to our earlier discussion where if we have a technician in Hoboken, we can't have that person cross the river to help a customer in Manhattan or vice versa. So if the definition of overseas is the Hudson River, then I guess that's an accurate statement. But we don't see it that way. We're talking about flexibility to care for the customer the way we need to today in the way that our competitors would. I don't, because we don't have a plan to just have this massive movement of people across regions. We want to grow in all regions of the business. It's interesting, yesterday I was in Boston announcing that we're going to expand a massive fiber build in the greater Boston area. And again, that's just another sign that we are very focused in growing the business here within our footprint in all of our regions. And that's a better example, I believe, of what we're trying to do to grow the business versus some of the exaggerations and misquotes that are coming from the union leadership. As I said, over the previous set of contracts, we've worked for call rerouting and call sharing. But again, call sharing means that we broaden the base of how calls are answered. Therefore, we come back to that allows us to serve our customers better. And we're able to do that with some of the rules that we have. And it's unfortunate there's been a strike called, but we're equally focused on serving our customers now and making sure that this strike has minimal disruption on customers. Yeah, we're very focused. For example, we may have a busy condition in New England where we want to answer calls in New York, or we might have a condition where something's happened. We could have a weather event in the Mid-Atlantic region, and we want to answer those repair calls across our footprint. And we just, again, I think that's the better way to serve customers. And frankly, it's a better utilization of our great employees who learn new job skills and have a broader job when we do that. Yeah, so what we've done is we've deployed tens of thousands of employees. We began our training back in April and May of last year, where we had a contract expiration that was looming on August 1st. So what we've done is we have another 130,000 employees at Verizon outside of the bargaining unit. So we've dipped into those employees. We have our frontline managers, we have engineers, we have IT professionals who are deployed to work on network surveillance, network reliability. We'll work to answer our calls. We do have some vendors that will help us with that immediately. And we've ramped up our workforce to take care of our field work also. In any strike, look, there'll be a few days or more where there'll be some service degradation. I don't want to sound foolish about that, but what's important is that we will ramp and recover quickly, and we're more prepared than ever. The nature of the work has changed quite a bit. While there's still a lot of physical work and important work to be done outside, a lot of our work is IT-based. Our Fios product is very different in terms of how we have to service that. We have customers that can do self-installs. Much of our repair and maintenance of those networks can be done remotely. So the balance of work is very differently versus what it was in the 80s and 90s. So we've deployed and trained a lot of great employees. We'll work very hard to take care of our customers, and we'll come through this in a way that I know I'll be proud of every person we have out there trying to help customers. There's the normal picketing, and it'll be disruptive because the early stages of any strike always are. I've been through this quite a few times and been around here for a while. So it's disruption, though, that we had planned for. And we've worked in ways to make sure that that disruption is offset in many ways through tactics, where and how we've deployed people to support the network and take care of our customers. Yeah, I would go back to your point. We have been talking with the union. We've been readily available. We think the overall package and the negotiations that we've presented to the union leadership make an awful lot of sense. One of the gauges I've used in every contract settlement is to look at what we've proposed and what we've settled in. And I always ask that question, after that settlement, would I be proud to have one of my children work at this company? And that is the case today, as it has been for over 30 years with me. And I know we will get this solved. We will continue to be fair in what we offer to the union leadership. And we are here to provide great jobs for all of our employees.